say good luck to them. Let's go on to Bellew of the Week for episode 520. Matty's still here, so's Andy. Rob will hopefully come back to join us. I'll tell you what, there's some right chatter going around this weekend. Ricky Graville sent me a video. I have checked it, by the way, so it should be free to play, although it might get us cancelled. Who knows? There might only be one winner for Bellew of the Week. But before we get on to that, someone has sent me the guard to play us in this weekend. He's talking to a UFC MMA guy. Matty, you maybe know more than this. Is it Chael Sonnen or something like that?
Oh, Chael Sonnen. He's a loudmouth fucking wackaloon.
No, Uncle Chael P, man. Don't disrespect that man.
Well, the guard was sliding in with some trademark questions. Do you shower beforehand? The guard was asking him this anyway. Let's have a listen.
Who'd have made a better porn star, you or Tito?
What? Tito, Chael P keeps his clothes on, and if you're not married, I don't want to hear about it. I'm a square. I'm from the other side of the tracks, Gareth. Born and raised Catholic, all right? Don't ask me about porn.
You've never been asked if you'd have made a good porn star before, would you?
I wouldn't have made a good porn star. I don't want anything to do with porn. There's my answer.
The guard dragging him into the sewers with Elbrook.
Oh, fuck's sake. Uncle Chael P, though.
He's boring. He's boring. You're boring. Both of you would fucking turn down threesomes with foxy women. It's like, I don't even know why you were born men. It's useless that either of you has a penis. Like, it's fucking. You should donate them to science.
You talking to me or the guard?
Whoever doesn't fucking wouldn't nail who wouldn't want to fucking have a threesome with two hot chicks? You're a waste of a penis.
David Haye, territory now, Matter.
David Haye is the hero, man. He's going to be. I don't know if he has a cult going or something right now, but it could be really successful.
Oh, David Haye's going to make an appearance here this week. I can feel it coming.
I'm sure you can, Andy.
Yeah, he suffered a fresh blow after a bitter end to the Una Ely romance. Thruple loving David Hayes.
I hope they never put Gad and Marty Boccoli together in an interview.
I thought you were saying Gad and Martin McCauley in a thruple.
The big man would smother him.
Martin McCauley might be the meat in that one. Like,
oh my god!
You might catch him with a wide shot.
He might well do. IFL TV, Eddie Hearn don't have nobody. He don't have no pay-per-view fighters. Leonard Ellaby, there he is with his beard, discusses the potential of working with Eddie Hearn. And Eddie just chimes in below and goes, state of him.
Eddie's got some fucking nerve to be talking state of him when Eddie's the one going about with the Botox and the fucking plug-haired wanker that he is. Plugs, Eddie, you're wearing plugs, mate. Then he starts slagging people off about how they look. I fucking told this to Scam Jones as well by face to face. Well, no face to face, 1-on-1 basically. Who's this?
That's Amira Figueroa.
Why do we ask that every single week? It's like there's always someone that hasn't. It's just gone out of their brain for some reason. Aussie's
got the off-face habit for doing that, by the way. Something appears. He's like, "Who is that?" You say, "Aussie, I told you like 2 weeks ago."
Dude, all I know, guys, is if I ever hear that there's a serial killer in London who's taking out fat people, I am going to try to get the reward and I'm going to call in Oz. I'm sorry, but if there's a fat guy killer in London, I think I'm going to finger Oz.
I bet you will as well. On Bosch TV.
Oh God, we're going down the fucking.
He's got a van now. The big John Chinese sit down. I bet that dog will be sad that it was a sit down. Flip me. Look at him. He's struggling.
Fucking Bosch.
He's taking liberties with that picture, and artistic license.
Yeah, he's taking liberties with that one, isn't he?
Motherfucker's got a channel. He's got a van. He's going on a world tour. It's amazing.
He's literally riding that thing either physically or sexually. Fucking size.
He's quality in the old Bosch TV. Jazza Dickens has been tweeting out. He says, "Can't believe this worm has offered me a fight, and now he's trying to fight an unranked fighter rather than fight the only British world champion. You're finished, you mate. I want a personal apology when I see you." Josh Warrington, thanks for trying to make it. Eddie Hearn and Tony Bellew. Jazza Dickens there, the IBO champion, no less. And Britain's only world champion, he says. So,
one of the top 5, mate.
Yep, absolutely. Love the top 5. Love the IBO. Declan Graphene, shout out to him. He was getting stuck back in. Apparently, this I haven't cut the video itself, but this reappeared. The Colonel, do you remember when he was telling the story Was it
Oh, the bimbos.
in the car? Declan retweeted
Oh,
it, and then Bob, Colonel Bob, gave him a like as well. So he's obviously liking the story there.
Oh, so
I
he's
don't know whether
doubling
it's the
in on that
murder
one, is
one.
he?
Oh, yeah, tell you what, he's got some yarns. We saw him actually. We were doing a Punches from the Past this weekend. A young version of Bob on the mic before he was a natural born killer, Andy, in the streets of LA.
Aye, and about fucking 4 foot size, fucking smaller as well, man. The fucking size of the fact that if Ozzy was around my head, he'd be destroying them left the country without a name, the poor bastard.
Oh,
Colonel Bob Sanders, fucking fat ass.
Oh, he is indeed. There's Oscar, rough and tough. Yeah, I tell you what, he was jacked up, wasn't he? In that
Oh.
see-through shirt
What
thing,
is he doing, man?
and leather pants. Oh, leather trousers, man.
Oh,
He's just getting closer and closer.
He's getting
There's
rough
something
and
else,
tough.
isn't he?
Rough and tough.
Fucking Right said Oscar coming to a town near you.
Oh, he's a state old Oscar. Anyway, Raf, we said last week we might be seeing more from this guy. And indeed, somebody tagged me in on this one. He was talking about the rehydration clause. He said that limit was interesting. Ultimately, 147 is the quote-unquote promised land, as that's the quote-unquote money division of the lower weight classes. 147 will inevitably be Ryan, Devon, Teofimo, and Javonta's final destination. That's when they'll make the most money too. Andrew says Tank will not fight at 147, and Raf says his power transcends far beyond 135. Against the right opponent, he will inevitably fight at 147. The matchmaking would be creative, though I agree, to accommodate the shorter dimensions. There are some unrivaled analysis from Elusive Raf there.
Will he piss off?
Oh, that's him for last week, eh?
Yeah.
So,
Fucking Lee Wiley Mark II wannabe.
Aye, a wily coyote there. That's Raf. Like and subscribe. Here we are. Here he is. Bad Left Hook reporting Adrian Broner will fight a lawyer with a very limited boxing background in a June 9 Don King pay-per-view main event. Apparently, Andy, he didn't even turn up to the press conference.
That's what I was just going to say, because I was going to put Broner on it myself, actually, and Mr. What's his name? Hutchison.
Mm-hmm.
He turned up at the press conference, gave all the answers, like they answered all the questions. But AB, nowhere to be seen.
I tell you what, I hope
absent bastard.
Yeah, I hope he continues the spirit of
Yeah.
Tank and Garcia, makes friends after the fight, because he could do it knowing a good lawyer, I think, Broner.
Well,
so good for him.
I wonder what number fucking Tank gave Garcia last night, because when I watched the build-up to this to that fight, Tank was kicking about with 2 mobile phones, so I don't know which one he fucking gave to Garcia. Maybe it was a burner phone, maybe.
Could have been the burner.
Oh my gosh. He's
definitely the can man, Mexican, tin can, anything can get it.
A shout out to Michael McAway. Anyone can get it. A tenner from old Mick there. He's throwing us a tenner. He says, dropping on for a minute while in work. The Frampton Punches from the Past was excellent from Steve and Dominic. Great memories of fights and the meetups. Hope to catch a few of the lads at Con and Lopez. Yeah, Michael McAway there, Andy, exerting himself. Shout out to Mick, friend of the pod.
Yeah, good man as we Mick. Talking about him during the week there, so we're getting a wee bit of complex with me saying that there, but it wasn't nothing negative there, Mick. Don't worry about it, mate.
He knows it. He knows.
Or does he know what it was?
Nah, good lad is Mick.
I used to wind him up actually about his missus.
Oh,
aye, just because he's punching there, like he's definitely.
I think he knows.
He knows that. I told him if he threw a right uppercut, landed on Jesus, man.
Oh, you married up too, Andy. But to be fair, if you married Rosie O'Donnell, you would have been marrying up. There's a lot of room for you, buddy.
Money McAway leading the way. Shout out to Mick. Punching up. Matty's still punching.
Marrying up, marrying down, it should be the way forward. You're getting fucking less problems. I think that's the fucking way forward. Marrying up is fucking has its limitations. Fuck that shit.
Shout out to the Savage for his tattoo. He got his face tattooed on his belly there, on his chest. Oh my gosh, I don't know what he's thinking.
What a cabbage.
Cabbage. He comes to fight.
He's just a retarded guy.
Imagine what Hergovich would have done to him.
Fucking bum fight, wasn't it? That was some fucking bum.
What did you think, Rob?
Fucking hell.
Wee fat guy knocking him out.
with the fucking one. What did he had a sponsor on his back and his front, steroid or something. His head. I was like,
you want to see that guy? You You want to see that guy Sislak, man? He was like a fucking Norwegian football team with the amount of sponsors he had on his fucking jersey, man, on his body. Fucking Jesus.
So I don't
He
know.
made
It was.
sponsors. He made sponsors in Alcoholics Anonymous.
It might be time to fucking. I don't know. It was a strange card, wasn't it? Like it was like Babbage and your man smashed him to bits, and like Matthew Macklin somehow was still on the fucking commentary without giving a flying fuck about any fucking sanctions or whatever. He's fucking sitting pretty. Adam Smith hasn't lasted the pace. Macklin's still fucking there commentating on that, and I think it might be a fair assumption now to maybe wheel back some of our fucking high hopes that we have for Ben Shalom, because I don't think this fella has a fucking clue what he's doing. Jesus Christ.
He's lost Bean. That's why, Rob. Bean's gone and left him.
Bean's gone and fucking Babbage is cabbage, and he's looking to make Bacoli versus Wilder. Good luck with that, man. Fucking hell.
Oh dear. Yeah. Shout out to the sponsorships. Took me back in the time, Andy, to Sven Otka with the condomy on the back, or Bernard Hopkins when he beat Trinidad. Do you remember he had like was it Caesar's Palace or some palace on the back?
Apparently Hopkins actually took that money for that sponsorship and backed him at the bookies to beat, was it Trinidad, I think it was?
Uh-huh.
Aye.
Backed himself.
And you got Julius Francis with the famous...
was it the sun or the mirror?
The sun
or something
on the
on
boat
the
with
beach?
his shoes.
That's right.
Aye. Fucking grim.
It is indeed grim. Talking of grim, Anthony Fowler has got a Supreme CBD poster up, trusted by the best, loved by all, supremecbd.uk. And then he spelt his name wrong at the bottom.
That slogan. Fucking marketer of the year.
He spelled his name wrong. Look, he's dropped the H.
And Tony.
Trusted by the best, loved by all. What does that even mean?
Oh dear. Criton Doe nominating that one. And I think it was Paul Rafter. He jumped in and he said that sign reminds him of an all-time classic. Does anybody remember the promoter Frank Maloney? Don't know what happened to him, but back in the day, he ran for UKIP and misspelled Britain on his posters as Britian. Oh dear. R.I.P.
God, he got his wish. I mean, he left the EU. He lost his PP. Like all the.
Can I ask you, why the fuck's that been dragged up 13 years later?
Because of the Fowler one and the misspelling, you see. That's what.
Right. Somebody's fucking picked right. Okay.
Someone said it reminded him of that one.
All right.
He doesn't need to replace that pram. Oh gosh, shout out to Kelly. She's doing bits in boxing. There's Big John. Get the fair play exchange.
Look at that, he's almost taking up entire. He's almost taking up entire fucking focus on the screen there, man. The size of that.
I'm starting to admire him now, man. I'm starting to admire him.
Bash.
Rob's on the train now. Ozzy's on the train. Big John, man, he's making money.
There's not enough room for us all on that fucking
Steve,
this train is headed to fucking doom.
Steve, have you noticed that the Aussie doesn't talk about Big John anymore? It's always Rob.
Yeah.
You noticed that? Aussie's got completely converted, like.
Aussie's done it on purpose, though, hasn't he? He's like whistling a tune in someone's ear, and now Rob can't get it out of his head.
Fucking Rob sending me 2-minute voice notes talking about Big John, fucking bash, lads.
This is why I'm not on Twitter. This is why I'm not on
2 or
Twitter.
3
This would be part of my life.
Rob slides in with a voice message. Did you see what Big John Fisher put there? Fuck's sake.
It's no 2, 3
He was
voice
down
notes
at a marathon today watching people running.
It's no 2, 3 fucking notes a day to it's 2 or 3 notes a fucking minute. Fucking bash.
Anyway, we've got to the bottom of the diet. People were cracking up over the diet, weren't they? And the £15 a month, and he said he's decided to take a back step from the diet because he's got too much other stuff on. So he's still planning on doing it. So fucking, he must be still in a lot of credit anyway. So not to worry.
He's got too much other stuff on.
Yeah, he's got he didn't think it was right to be sticking to the diet when he got other work commitments. He said something like that. Get off me back, you vicious trolls and haters. Just let me fucking have the other work commitments where I need to eat.
These are calories, mate. He's got a lot of work to do.
What the fuck is wrong with us?
They've got to get him on the zone. He's got to be on one of those misfits cards, hasn't he? Who would he fight?
Cholesterol.
Sugar diabetes.
Oh dear.
The ring walk.
No, exactly. Be out of breath.
The fucking ring stairs. If I ken something, how would he get in the ring? He would go under the bottom rope.
I want him to try to flip
would-
over the ring like
he
Monty
wouldn't even
Barrett
be able to
against
do
David
that.
Hay.
Him against Danny Williams, man. I'd pay to see that. That'd be good.
I'll tell you what, like
You
for a
wouldn't be
fella,
cherry picker in the ring.
for a fellow who has the neck to take off his t-shirt and post it on Instagram and walk around, he's not half sensitive, is he? Fucking hell. That's not know he's going to sue.
Going to sue you.
Hey, fucking speak up.
Okay, you
Go
gotta
on,
love that he
Dave.
just. Jesus Christ! You gotta love that he gives 0 fucks. At least he embraces who he is. And
Well, he
just
gives a
goes
fuck,
with it.
mate. Don't you worry about that. He cares. He wouldn't be threatening the lawyers if he didn't care.
Oh, we've got to put him in against Father Dave. That would be a good fight, wouldn't it?
No,
Yeah.
Fucking bash, mate.
the Father Dave deserves more than to be part of a sideshow.
No, because if he drops down with a heart attack, Father Dave can heal him like he did with his own brain tumor that time. So
The power of Christ compels
If it's
you.
going to be against some obese person, so we could have a sumo wrestling match rather than a boxing match.
Oh, Broner's dad. Broner's dad.
Aye.
That'd be a good one.
Broner's
Aye.
trainer.
Oh, what about Bud Crawford's trainer?
Aye, yeah, Bomac. He'd have too much for John, wouldn't he? Too
Big.
many hands.
She just changed
Aye.
it to Big Mac at this point in time.
There we are. Good stuff.
Too experienced.
Ebbs
God,
is
we're
back,
mean.
everybody.
Oh, did
In
you see
a-
her last night, by the way? Fucking Chebs galore, man.
Where
Fuck
was
me.
she? In the Wales one.
I'm
see it.
trying.
Must
remember.
be
she
the
was,
zone, was it?
she was presenting the card that had El Brook on it. El Brook
Oh.
got the points decision. She didn't get the finish, but if you search the name on Twitter, there's a lot of emphatic finishes of hers there. So, but yeah, Abe's was fuck her up, mate. Fuck her up, mate. Get stuck in a can. She was saying all kinds of instructions like that to her. Fucking big bird.
Chebs out.
Aye, Ebbs. Get the
Che-
Chebs. Chebony
Chebony.
Bridges.
Chebony.
she's,
Chebony.
she's on the Bet Goodwin advert now, so she's been riding around on a horse anyway. And talking of horses, Michael Buffer was kicking off apparently. 3 beautiful innocent horses murdered. I think he was kicking off at the Grand National. And then someone put up, "Is this you?" And then him on the Betware advert on the racetrack.
He's deleted.
Isn't that Grand National like one of like the deadliest horse races in the world, and like horses and people die in it? Is that the one I'm thinking of?
I've never seen anybody die in the Grand National for fucking ages,
The
mate.
horses get put down sometimes, don't they? I think. I don't know.
God, I swear there's a horse race where people are getting
Horses
fucked
are
up.
all
Maybe I'm
doped up
wrong.
as well, man. Fuck's sake.
Aye.
Yeah,
Conor Ben horses.
Aye.
why not?
Gorilla come.
Aye. Everyone else is.
They're lacing their hay with eggs.
I was surprised to see Floyd in the ring. there
Yeah, I
last
know.
night,
Well, we always
actually.
we kind of thought, didn't we, because of the Ellaby still hanging around. But here, Floyd's planning to launch his own championship belt. Apparently, that trumps all titles. But I was surprised as well that him coming so overtly. I was hoping, Andy, that Davis had dropped him. I thought that he'd be better off without
Yeah.
Floyd, to be honest.
What are the
Yeah.
what is he gonna do for the titles? Is he gonna melt down the chains around his fucking neck? Jesus
Oh, no,
Christ!
he's
How many
staying.
educations for poor kids does he have around his fucking neck? My God!
That elusive Mikey Bay fight finally has a home.
Get it on.
Be for the Mayweather Championship. That's what we've all been waiting for.
Oh my gosh. It's just getting worse, isn't it? Curtis Woodhouse, Bacoli smashes Usyk. I'll have one of my houses on it. Too big, too strong, too good. Stops him inside 8 rounds. Save the tweet. I'm sure somebody will. Don't worry about that. What else have we got here? The scorecard, we mentioned this earlier. Moretti and his
Yeah.
stupid scorecard. And Javonta Davis' trainer Calvin Ford on Instagram today after Davis' altercation with Bernard Hopkins at the Ryan Garcia weigh-in. Someone messaged to him, "Coach, beware of B-Hop and testosterone cream. I will make you test dirty. Be careful." Well, that sounds a bit like a Joseph Ajayo message, doesn't it? That.
I told you
Calvin
this.
Ford not very careful with his assumption there either. He's like, yes, this is why Bernard was trying to touch him. He's trying to get him to pop dirty for steroids.
I mentioned this a few weeks ago actually about this situation getting reported by testing companies or authorities not letting athletes know touching certain medicines could make you test positive and all that shit. I'm like, fuck it. This is how sensitive we're getting in terms of testing policies and that now. That you can actually accidentally touch something that's maybe like laced and it's in your system somehow. And they can somehow pop you for it.
Mm-hmm.
Someone has touched me with something.
Testosterone, maybe.
Jesus.
Right. We need to take things up a level.
Right.
We need to take things up a level now.
Rub
the
and wrap
final one.
Kelly.
We've saved the best for last. Ricky Graville sent this in to me earlier.
Come on.
Dillian White
Whoa,
being
whoa,
Come on.
whoa.
on Polish TV.
Let's go.
Comes off. Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Let's sign off that Blaze of Glory.
Let's sign in the Blaze of Glory, episode 521. Hopefully we'll be back next week. Here we are.
Shut up, you nuns, you fucking pedophile. This guy's a pedophile. He have sex with young kids. Pedophile.
Jesus fucking God.
Now, hopefully that's there for years to come.
That's fucking Dillian White ahead in the trilogy with Derek Chisora anyway, isn't it? He's just fucking up to the level there, hasn't he?
You wee woman's like, she ain't got a clue.
Yes, it's fucking hell.
Anything goes on Polish TV. Flip me, that is brutal.
Brutal mente. And White, like, he was doing an interview with IFL afterward or whatever, like, and the way he's trying to talk into a big fight, he was like, Bacoli doesn't bring nothing to the table, and Joyce doesn't bring anything to the table now because he's lost. And they should make this proposed 4-man tournament in Saudi Arabia, an 8-man tournament, and put it. And the interview was like, yeah, it'd be good if it was you and some of the other fringe guys. And he was like, I'm not a fringe guy. I'm not a fringe guy. It was like, all right, man. Fucking hell, man. But that's an absolute blinder, that, isn't it? Like, that is.
He is
I don't
funny,
even know what to
yeah.
say when I saw that. It was just like, holy fuck.
No filter. F2 said, Andy mentioned this earlier as well. Eagles Klimas Bellew of the week with the matchroom testing. Yeah, we'll throw that one in as well. That's all the ones I've got. Andy, anything from you this week that we haven't already picked up on?
Tony Bellew tweeting out about the fight last night. Tank Davis is the biggest puncher in the lighter weight divisions I've seen since Nazim Hamlin, in my honest opinion. So
Piper.
he didn't do the. I've got a habit of doing it as well. He didn't do the old proof spelling before he sent it. He's obviously wanting to see the Shakur fight in that as well. One for AB, you already mentioned that one. I'm glad Rob's back on. Actually, I don't know if he caught up with David Hay latest with the thruple, but also he's been forced to close in 2 companies because they racked up debts of 500,000.
He's in debt.
And apparently one of the ladies has apparently stepped away from this relationship. So I won for the old haymaker.
You pay for it in the end. This is it.
Yeah,
It's only a double now.
This is, but it was a good run though. He was a god for like 2-3 months. But a
He'd
reminder,
be all right.
ladies.
The fucking transfer window's coming up again in May. He'd be fine.
A
He's good at the recruitment day.
reminder though, fucking the hell of the high life when you can't afford it. What about DAZN? Biggest losers last night, supposedly outside the Garcia. Apparently, people were buying the fight, as Steve mentioned. They've just been following Twitter. They're finding some comments, and apparently it seems to be true. Virgil Ortiz also tweeting about it as well, that they bought the pay-per-view on DAZN last night and they couldn't fucking watch it, so they go on to Showtime and pay for it there.
On an app that doesn't show the fights.
I think Showtime wouldn't even want them on the actual pay-per-view with them, so it proves the point.
They finally get like a fight that's a share of a fight that's pay-per-view worthy, and then they end up having to give all the fucking pay-per-view money back because they're on some run out there.
Some business plan, eh?
Joe Markovsky will be on Monday trying to explain it with his hair all over the place, looking like he hasn't slept for about 3 months.
He's fucking in his jaw wagging like he's going fucking 6 ton of eggies.
Imagine that's just one fella's fault or something. He's just forgotten to turn on a button. He's Joe like, what did you do? What do?
What did you do? I'm snorting lines in my mate in the toilet, mate. I got some brass in for $50, you know.
I DAZN, there's literally no fights for you.
she gave me one off the wrist and I sent her back in her Honda 50. so I've got. Jeez, I must have thought it was true. Fucking brilliant. One for Ryan. I feel sorry for those that paid for it. Stick the team stream next time. Ryan Garcia as well apparently requests a potential rematch in the future. Fucking guy left no argument for a rematch here last night, man. So we can bin that as well. Bellew on the fucking commentary last night. I think if Cardina was a Scouser, I think they probably had that shutout. According to one of the
Yes,
listeners.
I picked up on that as well. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting how close he had that? Oh, Tony tells it how it is. Isn't it? It's not. You could tell it wasn't one of his mates. Sorry, Andy, but I got.
No,
that
I know what you
impression
mean,
too.
mate. I know. It's just, I know. Obviously, Bellew at that point. And one obviously, I don't know between Sonny was okay on commentary there last night, but the oon and an between him and Barker, they were trying to outdo each other actually.
He's bad as Tim Bradley, isn't he?
Oh fuck! I was like, it was awful. Listen, the fight did not need it. It was a great fight. It didn't need the oon and an and the fucking, the high five and
Costello has no control, has he?
aye.
Sonny Edwards kept talking over him all the time. Costello's like one of those the weak parents that can't control their kids.
Let's go, bro. Let's go, bro. High five and all. And Mike Costello just like does his wee spiel, started around like 20 seconds, and Sonny takes over. And then when a decent shot lands, Barker's go, wow, fucking let me pull my plonker out here. So one for Barker as well, man. He was just hideous here last night. One of the worst commentary I'd heard. And as I say, the fight did not need it.
Mark Stanton says Joe Markowski doesn't work for DAZN. He just sleeps in their doorway.
He's going to turn up. Sunday. Those are going to be locked. That's for fucking sure.
He'll be squatting in the building when after they close down.
Clean your toilets if you give me a cot.
Oh, sorry, Andy. Any more?
No, that's enough. I just laugh.
Oh, Matty, any from you, please?
Nah, it was a pretty busy week. I don't think I've got anything that hasn't already been said.
Good stuff. Any from you, Rob, please?
There's no real point, is there? Like, there's one clear unanimous fucking winner this week. Like,
I think so. Let's go through them anyway, just for time's sake. We got Eddie going in on old Santa Claus.
Oh, sorry,
there.
I've got one for Ellerby as well.
Well,
He went. I don't know if anybody caught the press conference Thursday night.
No.
Basically just laying into Oscar. I said, you were asleep at the motherfucking wheel. We took all your fighters, all this stuff, and that you're sleeping at the wheel, motherfucker, all this pish. Basically left Oscar without a name, a heritage, a country, just basically fucking set him on fire, man. They left him to fucking heap into ashes. It was
because Oscar had
destroyed
his
them.
little, like, Oscar had a piece of paper. He's like, I think this rehydration clause, he is a scared fighter. And Ellerby was just like, wait, like, get up there, you fool.
Here, what's this one, Rob? I didn't hear this. Jim McDonald Boxing says, what about that pundit on Showtime talking about chemtrails? What the fuck?
Okay, I must have missed that. Maybe I just thought they were talking to me. His voice is in my head.
Was that the DraftKings guy, maybe? Was it something Shaw? I'd never seen him before. He kept talking about odds. Did you see him, Andy?
Mm-mm.
Like an Asian fellow. He kept talking about the odds and the DraftKings odds and stuff.
No, what fight did you watch? Or what version did you watch?
Showtime, yeah, Showtime.
One in
that was the
English.
same.
Was it Anthony Crowler, by any chance?
I maybe Richard D. Hall got a Showtime gig.
He's looking $1 million, isn't he?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, anyway, Ellerby getting a double nomination. Bosch TV as well. The Chinese sit down on the dog.
That has to be an XL fucking bully, that one, eh? That's not just a normal pit bull, man. The poor thing when they able to carry Big John.
Oh, no, Big John.
Well, what's the significance of the dog? Is he going to? Is that like?
He's going to eat it.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Is part of it.
I don't know.
It's just him and his dog on crazy adventures, solving mysteries in the fucking van. What's going on?
I think the dog's name might be Bosch.
Oh dear. Jazzy Dickens getting a nomination as well. Declan Graffin digging up the Colonel. Oscar getting a nomination for his activities. Raf, Elusive 2.0 with his analysis. Adrian Broner and his next fight. The Savage gets a nomination. So does Fowler, rather, for spelling his name wrong. A bit of Frank Maloney getting dragged up. There's Big John again. Ebbs on the horse. Riding free. Michael Buffer getting a nomination too. Floyd launching his own belts. Curtis Woodhead's on the troll. Coach Calvin. The scorecards. And DAZN and also the Gad. And Dillian White out in Poland. Andy, who are you going for? Big McConey seems like a harmless big fella. Well, I mean, relatively harmless. I just feel sorry.
Stop laughing, my man. That turns out to be true. We'll get fucking shot.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm kind of thinking between Big John, Bellew, and sort of still go Dillian White. I'm going to go with Dillian White.
It's got to be Dillian White, man.
It was that was like a no fucks tour given that one anyway. Just like I'll just drop it here. I don't care what happens here.
I love how he doubled down on it in his IFL as well and said it again and again and again.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
I don't want to fight that guy, man. He's went in Dillian White, man. Fuck me.
Dillian White for you as well, then, Rob. Yeah.
Oh, I had one nomination, but it's not touching. It's not touching or coming close to fucking win.
Kids?
But Cambosis was asked about who the fucking who was going to win in Tank versus Garcia, and he was like, "Very intriguing fight for me. Of course, is one of the biggest names in the lightweight division." And I was thinking, well, it's not one of the longest names in the lightweight division. I don't think you're fucking in the mix anymore, pal. You've had your fucking day, like. But yeah, no, it's got to be Dillian White, isn't
it? Matty.
I think you guys are wrong on this one. That DAZN fuck up. I mean, you're talking like over a $10 million fuck up.
Amazing.
I know, but Dillian White on Polish TV is funny, isn't it?
That's funny as shit, but I mean, my God.
But Matty, it's like the time that was reminiscent to the time when Fury called out David Price and Bellew that night in the Channel 5 card. He says he's going to punch he's going to need like 10 plumbers to deal with the holes. He's going to be punching them. You see that big, what you got, your big liver, Tony Bellew, you can get some and all.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It was something along those lines, but Dillian White just like kind of went for like 0 to 100. Just like, fucking, he's a fucking nonce. He's a paedophile, has sex with kids and all that stuff. Well, fuck me. Look at me right out of sight.
Yeah, I'm going with the DAZN economic fuck up. Yeah, because it's one way or the other. It's wrong to wrongly identify somebody as a pedophile, or it's wrong to be a pedophile. So I'm not going to touch that, and I'm going to go with DAZN.
Okay, as long as you don't keep saying it for the algorithms, we should be all right, I'd say. Congratulations, Dillian White. You are the Value of the Week winner for episode 520.